So let's click on this first one that says ESL library packet, simple present, and go to page 2. Or you can look on my screen, whatever you prefer. So just a quick, we're going to be focusing on agreeing with negative statements in the simple present. So just a quick review for the simple present. That's when we say something like I run or you run, or we run or they run. And then in the with he, she, and it, remember we add that S. So he runs, she runs, it runs, right? My friend runs. In the negative, the weird thing about English is we have to bring in our auxiliary verb do plus not. And so in the singular, we say I don't run. I'm sorry, I don't sing, you don't sing. Plural, we don't, you don't, they don't sing. But then in the S, remember we put that doesn't sing. So he doesn't sing, she doesn't sing, it doesn't sing. Or my friend doesn't sing. So that's commonly the most one of the most common mistakes. People will often say, I know sing, he knows sing, because in so many other languages you just use the negative marker, but in English we have to bring in that auxiliary verb.
Yeah, I have the problem.
Yeah, a lot of people do. And part of it is it just gets stuck in our head. We say it over and over, and then it just gets stuck in our head. And then also just because of your first language, right? So in Spanish, it's very easy. Yo no canto, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't sing. So I wish English were that way, because that's more consistent and a little easier to understand. So what I want to focus on today is when we agree with a negative statement. Okay? So if someone makes a negative statement in English, for example, if, number 1 here, if I say, I don't like to read, in Spanish, you probably say, yo también, me too, right? But in English, if somebody says, I don't like to read, and you also don't like to read, and you want to agree with them, if you say me too, the person is going to kind of pause and stop and think, wait, what do you mean? And I've talked to you about road bumps before, right? Have you been in class when I've said road bump?
I don't remember that.
Okay, so this is an image of a road bump right here.
Oh yeah.
Right? And so this does not make you stop in traffic. It's just, it slows you down.
Yeah.
And so if you say me too after a negative statement in English, it doesn't stop you, but it does cause that person to kind of slow down. And so that's what we want to avoid, and that's why we're going to focus on this one today. So if somebody says to you, I don't like to read, and you also don't like to read, you can agree by saying, me either, me neither, neither do I, or nor do I. This one right here, the nor do I, that is very formal, and we don't say it very often. Probably me either or me neither. So when I'm speaking in English and not thinking about my English, probably most of the time I say me either,